I'm at a very special stall in the market today, being manned by the members of the u3a.
It's the people who live in Wells. There are a lot of retired people who live here, but it's a very vibrant city. There's always something to do, and it seems to attract those sort of people who want always to have something to do. And Wells u3a provides that. We've got so many groups, we've got 56 at the last count. So you can do so many different things. To want to be able to share something that you like with other people. And if you do that, that will foster that lovely feeling of togetherness, sharing and having fun from life, because let's face it, we all need that. It's been wonderful. I've made so many friends, and that's what it's meant, and that's what it does mean for lots of people.
I think the thing is about painting, and if I can go back to the education part of it, your subconscious doesn't have a sense of humour. So if you tell your conscious you can't paint, then it's okay, it'll take it. If you tell your subconscious you can't paint, guess what? You can't paint. So what you need to do is to say to your subconscious, I can't paint at the moment, but I will be able to paint. And lo and behold, you get better and better.
And I saw in the u3a magazine that Tom was starting up a group, and I thought, well, it's meant to be. In the last year or so I got into portraits, and I really love doing portraits. There's a certain amount of critiquing, which is great, and yeah, I think it's a lovely group.
And you've got the stimulation of people around you painting. You can feed off them, they feed off you, and it just moves you forward, I feel. It's a social activity as well as enjoyable because you're working in art, but I think that especially for groups of older people, it's a way of occupying your time in a pleasant way.
Spain, and I've been leader of the cycle group, the u3a cycle group, for the last 11 years, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Over the past 11 years, it's gone from strength to strength. We have approximately about 15 to 16 active members, but what we do though, we do actually stop for coffee, or a tea and a bun and what have you, and then we get back on the bikes again and then cycle to a lunch stop which has been pre-arranged, either at a pub or a cafe, and we do a circular route taking around about 25 to 30 miles. They enjoy riding, they obviously enjoy cycling, otherwise they wouldn't be long. And I think they like the exercise, and they also like the group activity, because you can cycle side by side and you can talk to each other, provided you're not going uphill.
I first started learning Italian probably 35 years ago. My ex-husband was being posted to Italy, and I learnt Italian at the same time as teaching English, and that's where the love affair started. When I finally retired and moved to Wells, I looked around thinking, well, it's a good time to start picking up my Italian again. So I contacted u3a and said, I'd like to start an Italian conversation group, and that's where it went. If you just tell yourself, I can do it, not I can't do it, if you just say you can do it, then you can. What the group tends to do is it reinforces that. A group is about the group dynamics, and we have a very positive group.
I taught geography, and so the geology and geography have got such a close link. And so when they started the geology group in 2017, I joined up then.
Geology is the study of rocks to determine how they formed, where they formed, what sort of conditions they were in, and then any subsequent actions that have happened to those rocks after they were formed.
They're a very varied group. I said we've got about 40. It was quite interesting because last meeting we had 2 people who came along who had got no background at all, no geography, certainly no geology, and they just said it was absolutely fascinating. It just opened their eyes, and I think that's one of the things that people love, is that you go to places that you walk past on a daily basis, and you suddenly see it in a totally new light.
We were looking around to find somewhere to put the piece. Had to come here to the football ground for our hog roast and said, have you got anywhere around here? Because we thought somewhere would be around here. And when we came, she said, come down after the meeting and there's some grass just down there. And so, is that any good, she said. So I paced it out and I thought, we could get 2 pieces down there between us. People come various sorts of levels. Some play, some are quite keen. Some people haven't played. We've always got some balls that we can loan people or sell them if they like it.
I first started playing bowls when I retired, and in fact it was the first thing I did on the first free day of my first free week. After 2 years, when the lady that was running it asked me to take over, so I have now been the group leader for 16 years. We don't take it too seriously. We enjoy the camaraderie, and we play all weathers, and usually get a turnout of between 12 and 16. Basically, you organise the teams at the beginning of the afternoon, take the money and submit it to the u3a every 2 months. Although we forget the results as it's over, we enjoy trying to win, and obviously we have a laugh with on the various comments that are going on. We just enjoy ourselves. We want it to be fun, and we've now raised for the football over £2,000 for them, and we say, okay, that's £2, 2 hours, that's 4,000 hours of fun that we've actually generated.
The local history group was started by a couple of real enthusiasts many years ago. I mean, I've been involved for 3 or 4 years now, but it's a long-standing group. Its aim really is to just bring items of interest, local history defined very, very broadly, to the people who are interested in coming and hearing talks. So we had a really great one recently on Clevedon Pier, which was again about the history of the pier. And huge fun because I broadly knew that it was part of the Isambard Kingdom Brunel railway network, and it was a functional thing. It took the railway lines out to the steamers that went up down the Bristol Channel. But I hadn't known that in the 1960s it became the hotspot of the West Country because it had the only jukebox this side of Cardiff, apparently.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Yeah, we do have this huge membership because it's really good. We're a really great group.
They were really great plantsmen. They were doing the grand tour thing, coming along with that sort of 18th century glamour of travel that they still had. And they wanted a Cyprus walk, so they created one.
I ended up in Somerset due to hydrogen bonding. And the reason for that was that back in the 70s, I was working on this product, which is called Kappa 420. It's a copolymer of caprolactone and ethylene oxide. And it was developed by a company called Laporte Industries, who I was working for at the time in Luton. And we were using this and selling it to clerks to make polyurethane shoe soles.
I think you could argue that we're all here because of hydrogen bonding, if you think about some
That's
of the
very true, yeah.
We were a gang of about 7 or 8 of us who we used to get together, take it in turns to do the cooking. Sometimes it would be one person does the main course, somebody else does the pudding. Then if it was a good recipe, and I would say to the girls, let me have your recipe. And I've got them down on my computer as a great long list of recipes that I know are nice to eat, because we've all had them and we've all said, wow, that was delicious.